What's that? You loved None of This Rocks by Joe Troman? And you want to know what you can watch, read, and listen to get the same effect? I got you. I got you. Don't worry, I got you. Just as a brief overview, None of This Rocks is a 2022 memoir written by Joe Troman, most notably co-founder and lead guitarist of Fall Out Boy. But you already knew that, didn't you? Because you read the book. Yeah. In the book, Joe Troman discusses his early life as a young Jewish boy. He discusses his time as, the famous guitarist we know and love today, and his struggles with mental health and addiction. I have compiled a list of different media forms that kind of give me the same feeling that this book does. And I want to share those because when I love a book, I love it to death, and I want to know everything about it, and I want to have everything related to it, So first, I have 3 films from the watch category, and my first one is Fall Out Boy's My Heart Will Always Be the B-Side to My Tongue. This is in DVD, and I think it's also on YouTube. It's free to watch. It's short, around half an hour. And I chose this because it delves more into their lives around From Under the Cork Tree when they made that album. I thought this could be beneficial because it could serve as an accompaniment to his description of that time. My next 2 movies, I'm just going to group them together because I feel like they're kind of similar. School of Rock and Metal Lords, from different generations, but they're still very good. They're both about the discovery of rock and metal music by high school kids, and I think that relates to the early chapters, like Give Up the Punk. I feel like it's very comedy-filled. It embraces the sort of embarrassment that everybody feels in school, and I feel like it could be very beneficial to your enjoyment of the early chapters. For the reading category, I have 2 recommendations. My first suggestion for the reading portion is The Storyteller, Tales of Life and Music by Dave Grohl. This is a memoir and an autobiography. It explores his life in the grunge band Nirvana as a drummer and the founder of Foo Fighters. I think this is similar to None of This Rocks, as it is more memoir than it is autobiographical. It doesn't explain his whole life. It explains highlights of his life that he chose to include in the book. The next book I recommend is Deliver Me From Nowhere, The Making of Bruce Springsteen's Nebraska by Warren Zanes. This book, which also has a movie now, just saying, is a biography. I believe this book is similar to None of This Rocks because it discusses Bruce Springsteen's mental health challenges while writing the album Nebraska. I have 4 music recommendations, and 3 of them are from the book. So the first one is The Damned Things, which Joe Troman is in. He discusses them in great detail because he loved their music. I also think they're pretty good. I also have Arma Angelus and Race Trader. These 2 bands are both Chicago hardcore, and they have Pete Wentz, and I'm sure they both have Andy Hurley. My last recommendation is Rise Against. This band does not feature any members of Fall Out Boy, but they are Chicago hardcore, and being from Chicago in the 2000s, they had lots of crossover with Fall Out Boy. These were my recommendations for None of This Rocks by Joe Troman. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you go out and you read these books, and you listen to this music, and you watch those films. Thanks! Sure, we'll take that. We'll take that back soon. We'll take that. We'll take that. We'll take that. We'll take that.